Good morning and welcome to the Mac City Morning Show. I am your host, Elliot Pierre, and we're going to start this off the same way we start every episode off, with a moment of gratitude. I know you could be doing a million other things with your time, so the fact that you're spending with us truly does mean the world to me. On that note, Tanner, hit him with the intro. All right, and we're back. Today is an exciting show. I'm going to be sitting with a very interesting gentleman in a very interesting location. As you guys already know, I don't introduce my guests. I let them do that themselves because they can do a better job. So on that note, sir, can you please tell the people at home who you are and what you're about?
Hi, my name is Virgil Cardinal. I'm a lifetime member at Miskanaw Golf Club, and also I'm a lifetime citizen of Fort McMurray, Alberta. I've been here all my life, yeah.
All your life, born and raised?
Yes,
there
sir.
You go. So, you're a very interesting man.
Thank you.
You're a jack of all trades.
So are you.
Thank you, sir. You're a close friend with my father as well. He always tells me about you. He says hello. He knew we were doing this today.
Thank you. That's good.
So, first and foremost, I want to get started with, I think what most people nowadays know you for is you're online, you're playing the guitar. You're a big deal.
I wouldn't say that, but yeah, I like to do live shows for my friends and family.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people who say that they're my fans, and I don't really like the word.
Right.
I really don't like to use that word. I like to think of them as, peers or friends or just family. Friends that I haven't met yet maybe, or, family. Because, I mean, realistically, everybody that takes the time to watch these things like we're doing right now
That's right.
is, friends and family, just admirers, and it's really cool to have those people in your life.
Right. So how did you get involved in music? From a guy working out at site to transitioning into being in a band, and you've performed in many places now. How did that love for music start, and how did you foster that into where you are right now?
Yeah, so basically, when I was a kid, my dad used to make me, or not make me, but he used to get me to sing in front of, groups of people and special events and stuff like that. He would get me to sing like Kenny Rogers songs and all these songs when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And so my dad is a big influence of mine. He was in a band for many years in Fort McMurray. He was in the they played the local circuit, basically the Oil Can Tavern and all those places, right? So I grew up basically submerged in a band life.
Right.
So my parents were, they kept me out of the badness. I just basically hung around with the music, and it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So as far as instruments are concerned, what instruments do you play? Is it just the one? You play the guitar, or you can play other things as well?
I play just the guitar mainly, and even then I don't like to say that I play a guitar.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's so many people in the world that are just so talented, and it's crazy. I'm mediocre at best.
Yeah.
So I try to I don't know how to say it. I try to not be too full of myself, and I try to just do things and go with the flow.
Yeah, you're very humble.
Yeah, I try to be.
So in regards to people who can play the guitar well or perform well, you were telling me a story about you met the one, the only Willie Nelson.
Well,
let's hear a little bit about that story.
Yes. So a friend of mine at work had asked me about my guitar that I had all the signatures on, and he said to me, I see you got Kenny and Dolly, George Jones and Tammy Wynette, Kenny and Dolly, and he said, you got Waylon. He said, you need Willie. If you got Waylon, you need Willie. Waylon and Willie. And I'm like, you know what? It probably sounds right.
Yeah.
And so, on a whim, I went and bought a ticket to Austin, Texas for New Year's Eve, because Willie Nelson was playing New Year's Eve in Austin, and I ended up getting the second row. The only seat that was available was second row center. So I bought the ticket, and I went there, and I went there a couple days beforehand.
Yeah.
And my friend had messaged me and said, he signs everything that you bring up there, so bring your guitar and he'll sign it.
Yeah.
So I talked to some people before the show. Bunny is Willie's sister, and I talked to her, and I'm like, I'd really like to get my guitar signed. And she said, oh yeah, bring your guitar in. I said, will they allow me to bring it in? She's like, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
So I brought the guitar inside, I put it under the stage, Willie came on, he did his show, and before the show, actually, sorry, Lucas Nelson was playing, and Tanya Tucker walked in.
Okay.
And she sat down right in front of me. First seat, first row, right in front of me. And I was like, wow, that's Tanya Tucker.
Yeah.
And in the intermission, she stood up and turned around and looked at me and said, oh my God, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And she gave me a hug.
Yeah.
And so when she gave me a hug, I said, oh, there's no way that she knows who I am. Because there's no way that she would remember me.
Right.
But we opened up for her in Fort McKay, which is Fort McMurray here.
Yeah.
And we opened up for her with the Nicely Put Together Band, is the name of the band.
Okay.
And we opened up for her, and she remembered me from this show.
That's amazing.
So I chatted with her a little bit, and she said, what are you doing in Austin, Texas? Like, why are you here? And I said, well, I'm getting my guitar. I'm trying to get my guitar signed by Willie Nelson.
Right.
And she said, you have a guitar here? And I'm like, yeah, it's right underneath the stage.
Yeah.
So I flipped open the stage, and I pulled out my guitar.
Yeah.
And when I pulled out my guitar, she's like, oh my, she saw the signatures on, oh my God, she said. And she grabbed my arm and just said, come with me.
Yeah.
And she took me backstage.
Yeah.
I met Willie Nelson, I met Lucas Nelson, I met Billy Gibbons, I met Ryan Bingham, I met Teresa Haggard, which is Merle Haggard's widow.
Yeah.
And so I met all these spectacular people.
That's
and
amazing.
Hank Thompson, which is Tanya's spouse, he took me under his wing, and they gave me their phone number, and now I text them, and it's totally surreal to have friends in such good places.
No doubt.
Yeah, so he signed my guitar ultimately, and so did Tanya.
Yeah.
I got pictures of everything, and
that's awesome, man. It's amazing, like, great. If you follow your passion, even like with me doing these videos over the last few years, it opens opportunities for you that you wouldn't think. You never know.
Yes.
You never know. So that's a cool story.
Yes, and I mean, I've been getting a lot of gig requests for the Nicely Put Together Band that I forward over to Rick Grandjam. He's the band leader, but he takes all the requests and stuff, and so the gigs, bookings, and stuff like that are all done through him. So,
okay, very cool.
Yeah.
Now, outside of being a musician, you are an individual who has another recreational sport you like to play. We're at one of the locations you like to play it at.
Yes.
When did you get involved in golf? Is this you've been doing it for years now?
Yeah, I've been involved in golf for about 11 years now. I was just a regular member, and I came down and I was really interested in the sport, and I hurt my knees.
Okay.
And so I couldn't play my sports, which were hockey and baseball. And I grew up on a baseball diamond basically every summer, right? So and so my new passion became golf, because I talked to the doctor when I blew out my knees.
That's right.
And he said, take up a sport, do some golfing. It's easy, and you can do it in moderation, and you don't have to go so hard. So I took up golf, and I bought a lifetime membership, and I never looked back.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, Miskanaw is really good here.
That's awesome. And so the one thing about you and your golf game, what I hear about is not actually your game. It's about your fashion.
Yes.
So anytime your name gets brought up with golf, like, oh, you see his outfit today? That's all I hear. So tell me about how these outfits came to be.
Yeah, so I basically went online, and my big influence was John Daly, because he could hit a long ball, like he's a long ball hitter. So I started getting into the flashy clothes and just wearing as loud clothes as I could, just to make a statement, and just because. Every day is an adventure out here. And we started playing for a little trophy called Chi-Chi, and we developed this thing called the CCI.
Okay.
And it became this thing now. And ever since then, I started wearing all these bright clothing, and I started going to the tournaments, and then I started becoming a better golfer.
Right.
And now I'm not so much flashy this year, because I'm trying to tone it down due to COVID, and I'm just getting back into golf, and I just trying not to draw so much attention this year. But most years I'm out there.
You're out there. Nice. I love it. All right, well, we've come to the part of the show. This is Tanner's segment, but Tanner is not here, but we have him on the phone.
Right.
It's called the Mac City Minute. Tanner has a bunch of questions. I don't know what he's going to ask you, but Tanner, hit him with the Mac City Minute.
All righty. I'm here from beautiful, somewhere tropical. Imagine we can have fun. Question number 1. How did the Cardinal Country brand get started?
So basically, the Cardinal Country brand got started by a friend of mine named Corey Carlson, who sadly passed away, and we have a bench dedicated to him here. Corey, Fred Brabant, and Charlie Umperville were in a boating accident where they got, you know, it didn't come out well, and basically, he showed me the CC backward forward, because his name was Corey Carlson.
Right.
So he put the CC, and he said to me, you know, you should put on CC on your balls, because that way, you know, you can identify your ball, and it means something. Cardinal Country, you know. And I said, wow, yeah, you know, like.
Yeah.
And so I branded the whole Cardinal Country emblem now.
Oh, okay.
The CC and the Cardinal Country put together. It's all branded.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. Good question, Tanner. Let's hear the next one.
Question number 2. What is the story behind the credit card song?
Wow.
Tanner does his research.
Yes. The credit card song was wrote by my dad, and he called it the Visa card song. It was actually called the Visa card song.
Okay.
But I changed the lyrics a little bit when I went into the studio to record it, and they played me ritually here in Fort McMurray. Pete Potipko played me every morning at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And he did that for, I would say, probably 6 months.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was a really nice guy, and they play me every day. Well, not every day, but they play me a lot on CFWE, which is 94.5 radio station, which is where my dad works now. So he's got a part-time little job on the side where he does a radio announcer, and he does conversational Cree, which is basically teaching the youth of today not to lose their indigenous ways.
That's right.
And
their
culture.
That's awesome. Tanner, hit him with another question.
All right, question number 3. What is one way you think golf could be fun for somebody who hasn't played it?
So basically, the best way that I've found to golf with somebody who has never played golf, and I do this a lot, is when I go with my friends that I've never played, I take them out and we play best ball. And so we will shoot, he will shoot, or she will shoot, and I will shoot. And then we'll usually go to my ball because it's usually a little bit better. Not saying that I'm good, but... And we might use their ball, and we just keep the pace of play, you know, at a constant, and it teaches them how to, you know, how to adjust to their shots and stuff, right? So it's really good.
Okay, best ball. Love it. Love it. Tanner, next question, bro.
Question number 4. What is one interest that you have that most people wouldn't know you for?
Wow.
That could be a loaded question.
That is a loaded question. Basically, the one interest that I have is getting the photos with these people that are famous, and they basically, you know, I try to get as much acquaintances as I can with the people, and get out there and just be socially active. Not many people know me to be socially active. They know I'm social, but not out there trying to get the business, you know, the business end of it. So.
Okay, there we go.
And your final question, what is one way golf has changed you for the better?
So basically, golf has changed me for the better by being more patient. I try to accept things that I might fail at. So accepting my failures and being more patient with my game is the biggest thing that I've learned through golf, is because I'm not that good. And so there's lots of failures on the golf course. So to accept it and just move on, basically. Don't harbor anything. Shoot your next shot. And it's a new game on the next hole.
There we go.
And those have been your 5 questions.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks, Tanner. So, yeah, that was Tanner. Max City Minute Questions. Kills it every time.
Kills it.
So, dude, this is awesome.
Yes.
But I've asked you about a few things, and we're coming to the end of the show now. So I've asked you about your band. I've asked you about golf. At the end of the show, all of our guests get a shameless shout out. So what do you want to promote? What do you want to talk about? The mic's yours. Go.
So basically, the only thing I'm really going to promote is cardinalcountry.ca. That's my website. It's a really good website dedicated to the music, and to my friends and family who are talented individuals as well. And anybody who's individually talented and wants to be displayed on cardinalcountry.ca, just message me, and I'll make a spotlight for you. You know, like.
There you go. That's awesome.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome. Well, man, thank you very much for
Thank
taking
you.
the time and chatting with me today.
Thank you.
I do appreciate it. I know my family will appreciate it. And I say this to everybody, and I hope you take it for what it is. Anytime you want to come on the show again, please feel free to come on. Be a recurring guest. I'd love to have you again and again and again. There's so much we could be talking about.
Yes, sir.
Sweet.
For sure.
Awesome, man.
Thank you.
All right, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world, that's been another episode of the Mac City Morning Show. Once again, thank you for tuning in. I truly do appreciate it. Hopefully you're having a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
What a deadly old way to end another morning show. Later, boss.
It's so ballistic!
Talk about quenching your ugly thirst.